Hey everybody, welcome back to Culz Checks Out. This week we are checking out this awesome Paradeinonychus by Arttoys AZ. Very, very well made. Now, for those of you that may be like, hey, this looks really familiar, perhaps you've been into the Jurassic Park line because back in the late 90s they had the Chaos Effect line, which was pretty hit and miss at the time. A lot of people didn't like it because of, obviously it was for a cartoon show, and it definitely shows that. Plus the colors were super, super bright, so I know a lot of people either loved it or hated it. Now it's definitely gotten more of a cult following as of late, and collectors definitely are looking for them, and they go for a lot more money because not as many people had them. So that's where this one was obviously inspired from, though this one does have more of a realistic take. As you can see, it looks less cartoony and actually more like a good mixture between the Deinonychus and the Parasaurolophus. As you can see, very, very nice details, and we'll get more in depth as we look. Now, at the time, this was only one of two that had come out. There's the Tyrannops as well. But since then, there's also the Ultimasaurus, which I definitely think I'm going to try to at least get that at some point, because this is just so fantastic. You can see while it does keep the color scheme, it obviously looks more realistic, just going back to what I said earlier, and more just like tiger striping versus like those hard, jagged triangles, like if you want to compare it there. The eye circle, a little bit different, but something I do like about this is it actually has like a pupil. You can even see some of the eye shine coming off there. I think the head is the coolest because you can definitely see like a Deinonychus head with more of that Parasaurolophus. Like, you can see its beak here. It's just integrated really, really well. The body is also very good, very raptor-like, though it does keep with the webbed fingers. And you can see this one actually has a full-size tail. This is a kind of weird thing about this, and maybe it's something we would have learned in canon, but it was just like missing its tail by design, not broken. Yeah, but this thing is absolutely beautiful. I definitely recommend. I will make sure to put a link in the description because it's just absolutely fantastic. And we'll get more into the detail here in a second. I just wanted to give some background. Now, these do run for about $70, I believe. I'd have to check. But honestly, for the detail that you're getting from this figure, it's very, very worth it, I would say. Just so much detail here. Let's look at the head real quick. You can see the portions of the Parasaurolophus hybrid coming into play here with just, the front of the snout leading into that beak, as well as it's the telltale Parasaurolophus trumpet, right? But also, those eyes is just fantastic. You got some great detail. You got blue on the eye here. You got blue right behind, kind of a little flap there. And then just, it's hard. Let's see if we can get it. You can see individual skulls actually have been detailed into this model. And look at those teeth. I know a lot of times it's a huge complaint from collectors. It's just like teeth aren't individually sculpted and just look not very realistic, but look at the detail within the lower jaw at least here. You can even see the tongue. And these are all hand painted too, so this is even more impressive. But look at that. Just fantastic work. And I don't see any like paint defects or anything like that. Like, it's really up to par. And then we'll kind of journey down here. You can see again just wonderful skull work going on. And it does keep with the purple and then the black outline like seen on the toy, but it just integrates it a lot better. Again, makes it more realistic. And though this one is yellow, much like the toy, it looks just more animalistic. This one was like, again, not to do a comparison, and the sun is actually, I guess, making them kind of close, but to the naked eye, I should say, without the camera, this one is like a pale yellow. So I'm taking this one. You can see even detail on the hips, right here, and then you can see the spine. Just so well detailed. you can see individual folds just from the neck looking that way. And you can see, look at the toe claws are colored, as are all the hand claws. Obviously, because it is part raptor, it has a sickle claw. And you can see scale detail going up, and the scales on the feet here are actually painted more of an orange, so they stick out even more. You can see that over here on the arms. And again, look at all that scale detail. It's just fantastic. It looks really realistic, more like what you would expect to find in a realistic rendition of this hybrid, half Parasaurolophus, half Deinonychus. Now, in the Jurassic Park wiki, it says that these would have been about 19 feet long, 2.1 tons, so definitely in between Parasaurolophus and Deinonychus as far as size goes. And man, it makes you wish that we had these type of hybrids in the Jurassic Park series. I know the Indoraptor and Indominus make a lot of top 10 lists, but just imagine seeing something like this running around one of the movies. I'll try to shoot some more little videos of this one for you before we end off. But yeah, I highly recommend it. And just for a quick comparison, I have the original in the back just because it is taller. You can see this one actually has length on it. And this one obviously is going to have more of a thickness, but pretty similar. In fact, I think the head is about the same size on both. Again, this one was just made to look more realistic. But yeah, I think it's really awesome. I will make sure to put some descriptions below, so if you want to check out and get your own, you can. I definitely think at some point I'll at least get the Ultimasaurus, but just with how impressed I am with this guy, might be getting both, because I'd love to show these off. I mean, they're super cool. Hopefully you guys found a new company to get something from. These are all hand painted. I mean, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into it. I mean, again, just look at like even the feet. I mean, it's just super impressive. You can see the paint just looks so well done. I can't say enough. So I recommend it. Go check it out and go grab some for yourself. I think it's well worth it, especially if you're a Jurassic Park collector. It's going to look great in your collection. And if you're not, you just love dinosaurs and love this idea of this hybrid, say two of your favorites are Deinonychus and Parasaurolophus, or even if you just like cool dinosaurs and dinosaur hybrids, it's definitely worth it. But until next time, for more Culz checks out, click that link to your top left. For more about what we're doing here at Culz Paranormal, click that link to your right. And don't forget to hit that like and give us a subscribe. And let us know, do you have either of these Paradeinonychus? And shall I be getting another of these cool Chaos Effect inspired hybrids?